Start it.
On the way in. All right.
Hold on.
Buried it. Fully buried it.
I love how we have an intro. I just love it. I don't know.
What do you
it's
mean?
funny.
The button? Like the sound?
I feel like our whole setup here is way more legit than we actually are as podcasters.
That's how I do most hobbies or interests or things.
Our business, no,
life.
not in real estate.
I didn't say most things.
Yo, turn it up a little bit.
Who, the
The
volume?
mics, yeah, just a little bit, just a tad. I think when I'm editing it, it sounds a little bit low. I think
A little
it's way
better.
Yeah,
Ooh, now I'm deaf.
It's
a little loud.
So, big news. I have been sued for $1 million.
No, the fuck you haven't.
I
What?
have. Yeah.
Okay.
I got sued.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
By Diamond and Diamond.
What? Like the personal injury lawyer?
Yeah.
But did you trip somebody?
No. Remember when that lady, that single mother, well, I don't know if she's a single mother, but when she totaled my Infinity.
I forgot you had an Infinity.
I had an Infinity, and I'm driving on the highway.
Okay.
This is the story. The lawyers find this video. This is the actual 100% representation of what happened.
You have a dash cam?
No.
Oh, what's the video?
Unfortunately.
Shoot.
But there was police on scene. Everyone had to, like, it's, these scummy lawyers. Like,
yeah, it's 100% just like it's a cash grab.
Threw everything at me.
And they know your insurance's liability covers that exact amount.
My car wasn't in driving condition, and I was like super drunk and high, supposedly.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Anyway, they threw the book, right? Yeah. Just trying to see if anything sticks. Meanwhile, I was rear-ended.
Wait, who can decide if you're drunk and high?
Nobody now. But I was rear-ended. That's the thing.
Police.
Like, I was rear-ended.
Yeah.
There's really no. There's like the first thing you learn.
Wait, so she rear-ended you,
and she sued me.
Is that the play? Do you just get some beater and then you just go smashing into people's cars and then sue them all for $1 million?
People actually back into
I've seen
people's cars.
That's
right?
that's a thing. That's
Not
a
on
big
the highway.
reason for that's insane.
Right. So what happened was I was driving and 401 and Leslie, right where that IKEA is in the hospital. Yeah. So what happens is during rush hour, I was going to the east end of the city. Mm-hmm. During rush hour, it's kind of like not a bottleneck, but it slows down really quickly there. Yeah. Right.
There's a lot of spots.
There's a lot of stops.
It
comes to a quick stop.
Yep.
So we're driving, and everybody's driving probably like 70 or 80. I don't know exactly, but it was slower than the speed limit. There's a lot of traffic. And all of a sudden, it's a quick, sudden stop happening.
Happens all the time.
So I see it. I always drive with the biggest gap. Like it's like probably annoyingly big for people that drive around me because
you've done it a couple times. You know, you don't know when that's happening.
I don't want anyone. I don't want to hit the person in front of me. If I get hit, it's one thing. But if I hit the person in front of me, as soon as you hit them, it's your liability. There's not. You can't get around that. But also,
I do the same thing because I want you want to give yourself a buffer to slow down like comfortably so that you also don't get smoked by the guy behind you.
Yeah, you don't want to those times where your heart's like, oh crap.
Yeah. You're like, I know I can stop if it's shorter, but is the person behind me paying attention? And then am I going to get I mean, clearly not in some cases.
So this is what happened, right? My first instinct when I see someone suddenly stop in front of me is I look in the rear view mirror, right? You look and I'm like, okay, am I going to get hit? And I saw that and I'm like, I've actually said out loud, I'm about to get hit. That person's going way too fast, like speeding. So I had enough space. Like I slowed down fine. I wasn't even close to hitting the person in front of me. I was close, but not like inches. We're talking about still like a couple meters or a meter away, like good distance. And so I get smoked from behind, right? Like loud noise, whiplash, concussion, and like all that.
The car was
shoulder
written off, right?
The car was ridden off because of how
not enough.
It wasn't like a tap, right? So I stopped there, right? Full on like dazed because I just got wrecked from behind.
Clip it.
Yeah. Anyways,
Spiro wrecked from behind podcast title.
That'll be the clip. And the next clip title. Okay, fine. Anyways, I'm there. I'm like, holy crap. You know, I'm feeling myself. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm looking around like catching my breath. Like, okay, whew, like that was crazy. I get out of the car. And I see this car beside me in the lane right beside me. So I was on the right hand lane, like the most right lane, and there was an on ramp coming like this, and you know that little triangle area before that like they merge of nothing. I kind of like drove in there a little bit, trying to avoid everything.
Yeah.
So my car was probably half in there, half out, trying to like hopefully dodge the person behind me that was just flying.
Yeah.
So I get out and I'm like looking, and there's a car in the lane beside me, like 2 cars down. And this lady comes out, there's a baby in her car, like a kid in her car, right? She's like totally in shock.
She's probably not paying attention.
I'm like, hey, are you okay? I was like, I think someone hit us. I'm pretty sure someone just hit us. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know where they went. Because there's no car beside me.
You didn't realize it was her.
I didn't realize, because her car was so far ahead. Like she was flying. Like for sure, just was on her phone or whatever.
She's probably dealing with the kid.
Dealing with whatever it was. Yeah. She ended like 2 cars ahead. I don't even know how that happens. And she smoked me, right? Like, so I'm like looking around for the longest time, like someone hit me, like someone ran, and I was also probably concussed. I was in the like ambulance came and all that stuff, and I'm like, I'm not going to the hospital. If it's a concussion, I'll deal with it. Like I don't need you guys.
This isn't the States. You know we get free healthcare, right?
Yeah, but it was I didn't want to make it a thing, you know. Like I wanted to just like
I mean, in hindsight, you should have made it a thing.
Well, I should have. I was also concussed. Like I drove and I was like, I'm not feeling great. Like that was had whiplash. Had to do like that whole physio and all that, and it sucked. Bought a new car. Like it was a terrible experience. But I just didn't. I was like, this is a bad experience already.
Yeah.
I want to drive home. I want to go home and lay down, not go to the hospital, have to go through that whole process, be there for like 5 hours. They're going to be like, you have a concussion. I'll be like, yeah, I know. Like,
thanks.
I just got wrecked. Yeah. So anyways, that whole thing happened. I remember seeing her kid. I went to her kid being like, are you okay? Like, because she was like literally just like so rattled. She just caused a huge accident.
Yeah.
And so that person who just totaled my car.
Like, this must have been like over a year ago.
It was exactly 2 years. Supposedly they have exactly
the statute or whatever.
Yeah, so
and
they did it like the day before.
Off.
Yeah. So, anyways, like nothing's gonna happen on my end. It was there's absolutely
doesn't it? And
your insurance is going to be like,
get absolutely.
Well, my insurance was like, we could probably go after them.
That's what I mean. This is like countersuit.
Yeah. Like we can probably get them pretty bad because it was 100% their fault. There's nothing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like on the highway, how is it ever the person? Even if someone is driving slow and they slam on the brakes, it is still your fault if they ram you. So like, anyways,
I don't know.
So yeah, I've been sued for $1 million. At least it wasn't $2 million.
How much is your
$2 million?
Okay. Well, why bother even with the one? You should have go for the whole thing.
Oh, the report was not done very well. It was not a quality report.
That's
the whatever it's called, the serve thing, the letter that I got.
Yeah.
Was like,
how'd you get that? Did someone have to physically bring it to you?
Someone knocked on my condo door, and my girlfriend answered the door, and they were like, "Does Spiro live here?" She's like, "Yes." I knew what it was for. Damn. I was like, go get it. I don't want to do this.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Do they send you like a letter beforehand or something? Or do they just like show up and we're like, boom, serve?
So when I bought that car, I bought it under my dad's name. Because
also they tried to
his insurance was half the price mine would have been.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just put it under your name. I was like, don't sell it. And he's like, I won't. And then, he technically also got sued, and he was even part of this at all.
It's like, what?
Yeah, so we both.
I'm surprised he's not like, I'll show you a fucking lawsuit.
Oh, he was. He's like, we can go after them. I was like, I thought he had a concussion, and
send it.
Yeah,
I'm pissed now.
I was in the hospital for headaches the past year.
Send it.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
what a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I have some choice words to say about that person. I feel bad for her, to be honest. She got taken advantage of scummy lawyers.
You hope so. Yeah, she probably was like, "What are my options?" And she's probably like, I mean, I feel like I'm probably rose-colored glasses situation, but like, oh, what can I do to help my car or blah 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 in my situation? And then they're like, "Let's get this guy."
Yeah,
diamond and diamond.
You don't pay unless we win.
Like, good luck. All right,
good luck. Yeah, well, you're not winning.
At least you're not paying anything.
But she did get tapped from the guy behind her.
Interesting. So go after that guy. Get out of here.
Oh, she did.
Okay.
But then that's what my insurance company. They're like they'll just go through everybody. They'll try to get
anybody that was even remember you caught it while you're driving by. You saw what was happening. Sued.
Yeah.
Police on site sued.
So dumb.
Oh God. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I had to relive that day.
Is there like a what happens next now?
Nothing.
Or your insurance is just
like whatever. It's so ridiculous that I don't even. Yeah, I don't know. I've been waiting to talk to my insurance company and a lawyer, but
it's so frustrating.
It's just so annoying. I was just like, oh man,
so
I don't want to deal with this. Insurance is like, we're gonna fight this. I'm like,
okay.
Well, there's literally nothing to fight. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, that was my
packages arrived. I'm in trouble now.
You mean Austin's packages?
Yeah, exactly. No, it was all credit anyways.
Yeah, I know. You had that big credit too.
Pumped.
Why did you get it ordered? You could have just went to the store.
Because it was free.
True.
I didn't want to go by. I spent a couple of days trying to figure out how to go to the store because it's such an inconvenient location sometimes, depending on like where you're going. Middle of the day. Yeah. Well, you can park on the street like right beside it. You make the right turn.
Young.
Young and young.
Young and young.
Yeah. I used to know back in the day there was a restaurant, Kitty Corner. The person I used to work for, her like dad ran the restaurant. It was some.
And that was the corner.
Yeah, like the opposite corner of Harry T. On Young and Young.
Popeyes.
Not what is now a Popeyes. Yeah. It was like a nice like fine dining restaurant back in the day. We'll have to rewind the Google Maps and remind me what the heck the place was called.
Yeah, I was telling you about how I got PTSD going there.
Going into that hill. Yeah.
Well,
at least you're not broken.
Yeah, I learned kind of damaged, not broken.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the knees. I have bursitis. I don't know what it's called. Just something's wrong with my knee, but it's not too bad. So
that's all right.
That's good.
You'll survive.
Gonna get back over there.
Nothing torn.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about this deal.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna say? No, you're not gonna say.
I'm not gonna say names. I can't say names.
Yeah.
But it's a really good deal.
It is. I think.
Did I make a video on it?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
I can't remember now.
I believe so.
Okay. So triplex.
Somehow detached. It's still around.
Detached triplex.
Big.
7-minute walk from a subway station. 3 parking spots.
Current subway station?
No.
Okay.
Well,
to be or not to be?
One that was supposed to be made 4 years ago.
Understand.
Yeah.
Should be there soon.
Should be. 3 units. 3 2-bedroom units currently.
Okay.
Right? 2 of them could be made into 3 bedrooms. Currently listed for close to $1.7 million. Seems
a little saucy.
A little bit high. But I think I can negotiate it down about 200 and some change from that asking price. That's huge.
1.5,
that's a huge discount. That's all that would be the difference of a property being a little bit overvalued to quite undervalued.
Yeah.
Of this type of asset. Legal duplex, 3 units, beautiful property, vacant possession
and
possible.
You could do it's twos all around, and you said 332.
332.
It's probably how you can.
Yeah, so you're going to be like 3,000 and 3,000 and 2,300, something like that, quite comfortably.
Yeah,
in that area, maybe a little bit more.
Finished, nice, decent. Needs work.
It needs a little bit of work, but nothing crazy.
Lipstick, nothing, not a gut.
No, definitely not a gut. Doesn't look like anything structural. Or anything significant.
I think I know the type of building you're talking about. It's like the big 8-foot basement ceiling, big long transom window at the front.
Yeah.
Nothing needs to happen. It's rock solid.
Box.
Yeah. It's always just lipstick on those.
Exactly.
Maybe electrical, worst case, but like usually just lipstick.
Yeah.
They're too new, actually.
Really good deal.
They're too new for novelty.
There was the one last year on Robina that had a little bit more structural work, actually. That was the one boxy.
Oh, building. With the front porches that were like caving down. I remember that.
Yeah, that one needed a little bit more work.
Built-in garage though. I'm blaming the garage.
That's true.
Sunk. Something was weird.
Yeah, a little bit different. This one, great deal, still on the market. I'm gonna go see it today.
Laneway Garden
again.
Anything?
Just a nice solid box. This is just a nice solid box. Clean. This is one of those nice solid boxes. Gonna cash flow very well.
Carry on.
It's gonna cash flow very. It's a money maker. It's a money making box.
Interesting way to put that.
Yeah. So I like that one. Anybody watching, reach out because it's
I'll let your boy.
Really good deal.
I don't have a good button for this. I was hoping I would have a. Don't. That's not it. That wasn't the button.
My laugh in the background.
It sounded like it was part of.
I was like, wait, did I just laugh?
That's the wrong button.
Glitched out a little bit.
We need a deal of the week button or something. Or like an exciting deal button. Not that. That needs to be changed.
No, that's a good one.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, should we shift gears from that into... And now, It's time for the Reddit random.
Yeah, that's a good button.
That's a good button. People got shot this weekend.
Yeah.
Or last week. I think it was this weekend or late last
recently.
week. Either way.
Recently,
very
people
recently.
were shot.
Whoa. Landlord-tenant disputes are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And this isn't even like a laughing matter. This shit is crazy.
It's scary.
It's I mean you hear about the horror stories, and this is about as horror as the horror story can get. Hamilton landlord, 50-something, and a couple of Hamilton tenants, 20-some, late 20-somethings, all shot this weekend. The landlord, I guess, I don't know the backstory. I don't know that we ever will know what happened between the two. But something sent the landlord off. He decided to take LTB matters into his own hands. Legal firearm owner. Snapped, I suppose. These aren't like, illegal guns. These were, he bought, purchased, registered them in his own name. Went in. I don't know how that altercation happened. Shot both tenants, dead. Then barricaded himself inside the building and then decided to get into a shootout with police to finish the story. I don't think any police were hurt, but he did not survive the altercation as well.
Did he shoot at the police as well?
Yeah.
He was shooting at the
Apparently,
police?
so he barricaded himself in the building after shooting the tenants and then shot at the police. And I think that's often it feels like that's like the suicide by cop kind of thing. Like, I'm just going to, like, what else do you do?
Like, was he shooting at them or was he shooting close to them just to try to die?
Who knows? I mean, at that point, I don't know. I don't know. If you're in that scenario, maybe you're...
Because you never know what was going on with the three people that were involved.
Who knows?
But then to also just kill a cop, that's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
first of all, this whole situation is super messed up.
Super fucked.
So it just highlights the point that, the relationship between landlords and tenants is a very important and very not touchy. What's the right word there?
I mean, yeah, touchy's tough, but it's delicate.
Delicate, that's the word. That's it. I was saying fragile, not fragile.
It can be
delicate.
very delicate. It can be fragile.
It's a delicate. It's very delicate because from the tenants. So from a landlord's perspective, that tenant is taking care of your baby practically.
Yeah,
this property.
A lot of people. That's
most of your money you've
retirement
ever made.
fund.
Yeah, it's
right?
most of the money
very
you've
well
ever
for
made.
this guy. It very well could have been. There's a lot of people who literally the one property, maybe two properties or something, is truly your full retirement fund.
Yeah.
Because maybe you don't have a pension, or like we don't. Our generation's not going to have pensions.
No,
like these
pensions
properties are legitimately our retirement funds.
Yeah.
So, and especially if it was, I don't know if it was one tenant in the building, like one unit in the building, or multiple units in the building, or what that scenario was, right?
I'm not even talking about this scenario. That's totally out of the picture.
But it's
like just normally, from a landlord's perspective, like there's a lot riding on this.
Yeah.
And so, you're providing housing at market costs, and you're hoping that the people that are living there, you try to do your best to make sure that they're going to be taking care of the place. And then from the other perspective, as a tenant, you are relying on this person to make sure that you're living in a
I've got solid housing, that things are repaired in a timely manner.
Roof over your head.
Things don't break, leak, what have you.
No
if
mold,
they do, it's fixed quick. It's not hazardous to your health. And it also, like, you're kind of, unless necessary, leaving people alone.
Yeah.
Like, this is their home. This is your investment, but their home. If things need to be fixed, great, call me. But I mean, unless you actually live in the property as well. Otherwise,
I think both parties
let them do their thing. Nobody,
you're not trying to be best friends.
You just need a comfy relationship.
But,
I do like. I mean, that does say it speaks to tenant profile that I've found, and it's not always possible, especially like maybe as you age, depending on where your property is located and just the demographics of the neighborhood. But that's something that I'd really like about the model, the neighborhoods, the areas that we do our investing in these days, is I find kinship is probably the wrong word, but like there's something about our tenant profile and the tenant demographic that I vibe with well, that I put in the buildings that I own or manage or what have you, right? It makes the relationship so much easier to kind of keep, and also like just don't be a dick. Be good people on both halves of the equation. Like if you're good people, it's going to be reciprocated, right?
And I've dealt with 99% of that.
Yeah.
Just good people.
Absolutely.
All around. I'm just trying to, when I was in property management, and when you were in property management, like you're trying to do your job.
Yeah.
You're trying to make sure there's no issues. You're not trying to cause any, if someone else has a headache, you're trying to solve that as quick as possible. And if they understand that as well, and if all parties, landlord, tenant, all understand that, usually a lot of major issues are just avoided. My whole theory of the property manager or landlord relationship with a tenant, I actually like to be pretty close with the tenants. Yeah. Not meaning I'm not texting them every day. I'm not like, hey,
wanna go for beers?
Yeah, not like that. But I like to go out of my way, and I know that Elevate as a company, or at My Capital Corner as a property management company, does that as well. Which I'm not involved with the property management side of things right now, but I know that they've gone that extra step now to have that relationship, gift packages with moving in.
It's such the little things that leave such a lasting impression. If you can get the tenants on side, your life is so much easier.
Yeah. Because why not? For me, like, I know if I speak to somebody, they're not going to be like, I hate that guy. I'm not like, I don't think my personality is that aggressive. Maybe when you know me a little bit, you're probably like, that guy's kind of annoying. But if you're just meeting me, you're not just like, ugh. That was obnoxious, or he's kind of an asshole. I'm just kind of very, I'll read the room and just kind of go with the flow, and everyone's friendly and have a smile on my face. And I think it goes a long way. And that's what I typically recommend to landlords getting in is
100%.
is be super nice. For tenant move-ins, I always 100%, if a landlord, if you're going to be managing the property on your own, meet the tenants on move-in. 100%. Go in person, put on a smile, be happy for the whole situation. And it goes a million miles if you do that. Because for both sides, it makes everything more human. You meet that person that's going to be living in your home that you spent a large chunk of your savings on, that you are just nervous about in general. It's a very big step. And you meet that person and you realize, oh, they're just people. Yeah. They're just nice people. Whatever, they're a couple, single person, whatever, a family. They're nice people. That's great. And then they meet you, and instead of that, the landlord, the big bucks landlord, it's you're just another person. That's a couple. They have a kid too.
Yeah. This is why this is part of the reason I like keeping like same demographic wise. Even like amongst the building, I try and keep the demographic fairly similar as well, just to avoid conflict internally. But like also amongst yourself, it's nice if it's. I mean, you can't always be the same, but it's similar, or at least just decent people. Like you humanize both sides of the equation, right? Yeah. Even some landlords come in strictly from like an investment, numbers, blah, blah, blah. And it's not very human. And then when you get a chance to meet people and it takes the edge off of big bad landlord, blah, blah, blah. Like we're all just people trying to make our way through this whole situation that we call life. Ooh, philosophical.
That's a segment. Philosophical.
Yeah, that's good. All right. No, not that. Fuck. We might have to clip the philosophical term though.
I do like that.
I'll get deep at the end.
Philosophical.
I'll get very Matthew McConaughey green lights at the end of everything.
AI to do like Matthew McConaughey's voice saying philosophical or like something like that.
Mm-hmm. Anywho,
but okay, just to wrap up that segment, that guy was a piece of shit, and
why would you even?
There's like no reason to ever kill anybody like that.
Why would you bring a gun to that scenario? Why would you be in that scenario?
Stay safe.
First of all, it's Canada. You should not have a loaded firearm. Even he had to pass a few tests and have a legal acquisition of it. So
I wonder
he should
what
know
was going
that
on there.
He knew what he was doing. Probably either he had a mental break, or had a mental break, and maybe the tenants pushed him past his point to break.
Was there a shootout between the tenants?
I have no idea.
I'm assuming not.
Well, no. I mean, does the tenant have a gun? I
don't know what's going on there.
Who knows? Whatever. I mean,
that guy's
I've had some pretty bad tenant scenarios, and that's never been a thought. That's I think I've maybe called a couple too many times in one day. That's as deep as I've gotten.
And they're like, hey, leave me alone.
They're literally like, you're harassing me. I'm like, you owe me $18,000. I'm calling you. Clearly it can get worse.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was another whole fun scenario.
Yeah.
But follow the legal steps. This is an investment. At the end of the day, there is risks in any investment.
Yep.
That could have happened. It can still happen. It's a very rare chance to happen, but let's assume they weren't paying him a penny. There's steps to take. There's legal appropriate action. They're not amazing steps.
Not amazing, but they're better than murdering
They're
people.
steps that you can kind of work through. Hell, don't pay your mortgage, get it power assailed.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You're still alive.
Yeah, you're still alive.
And other people are, or not in prison for, double homicide or whatever.
Yeah. That might be first degree. Who knows?
Yeah, probably. You brought the gun to the scenario. That's premeditated. 100%.
Pretty, at least second degree.
I think second degree.
First degree is if you're planning it in advance.
Well, he brought a gun there.
But you can argue he just brought the gun
for defense.
Well, no, but yeah, you could argue that he wasn't planning to kill them. So it'd be second degree is that like he was there with the gun and second shot them.
Murder,
so it's
brandishing a firearm,
and then manslaughter, third degree is kind of just like
no manslaughter. That wouldn't.
No, that's definitely not manslaughter.
No.
Or third degree.
So we're criminal defense lawyers now.
Yep.
This is the criminal defense corner.
Practically. I am being sued, so I got to practice.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so who do you got in the election?
I don't know. B-Dog Bradford.
Yeah,
I think that's the boy.
Bradford.
Yeah,
I like his story of his name.
Well, I don't even know.
Oh,
I don't know the story.
Well,
I just know he's close to home, and he's a adjacent counselor to where I live, but also they got killer laneway situation with like how much smaller their lots have to be. I think the rear yard setback from house to I guess that's not the rear yard setback, but for the setback from the house to the start of the laneway build is like half the distance in his ward versus anywhere else in the city.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
Not bad.
Yeah. Anyways,
not Brad.
Brad. Why? Sorry. What's the story with his name?
Okay, story with his name. You can watch this video. He's posted it online because I'm sure he's gotten this 1,000 times because it is a silly name when you say it. Brad Bradford is just kind of like, why? Why did that happen? So what happened was, I guess his mother named him Bradley, and his last name was actually his father's last name, which was a different last name, not Bradford. So it was Bradley, whatever, choose the last name. And what happened was, I guess the relationship with his father was then broken, and the father left the situation. And so the mother, sat down the kids, and they said, the kids were like, we want to take your last name, Bradford, not his last name.
Right.
He left us, and we want yours. And she's like, wow, that's awesome. But Bradley, your name is
FYI,
or whatever his name was.
You're going to have some struggles around.
Yeah. Your name, maybe we should change your first name. You want to go by your middle name or whatever, choose another. He's like, no, I like my name. And he's like, well, she's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah.
Hey, I'm here for it.
So now he's Brad Bradford.
Oh, that's funny.
Maybe his name was Bradford. Something like
that would be even better.
Yeah, so he changed it to like
middle name Bradley.
Yeah, it's like something ridiculous. But I heard that story and I was like, this is great. Like, what a great story, because at first I was like, what kind of name is Brad Bradford? I
think what's her face, Olivia Chow, is like miles ahead though at the moment.
Is she?
Of the 102 candidates or some absurd.
I thought it would be Chris Sky.
I don't know. I think she was polling like well ahead.
That was a joke.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. The anti-vax guy.
Is he a mayoral candidate?
Yes.
Oh,
he was the guy that was like super provocative, like
gets the people
neck
going.
Tattoo, look him up. You'll probably
no idea.
He was causing like a lot of I think he's been into jail a couple times because of.
Can you even run if you're a
I think
criminal record?
I don't know.
I
don't know how it works.
They're all criminal.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how many there are. Like that's the part that you get the sheet and it's like
3 million people in Toronto.
That's
of course
fair.
There's going to be 100.
But I thought they'd have to have some qualifications.
Democracy, man. You can just run.
Why are we not running? Looks great on a business card or on a
I honestly
profile.
think I could win. I think if I ran, I have
next time.
I have a what is it?
Would you be an independent? I don't know how this whole process works. No one's. Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right.
So yes, I would be.
Go politics.
I would definitely lean to a party though. I would probably closely go to like conservative.
Whichever one.
No, conservative for sure.
Looks the pockets up. Because it's builders and developers.
Well, I know conservative party is all of the suburbs that make up Toronto.
Yeah.
So like Etobicoke, North York, York, most of York.
Yeah. You want to get anything done? You got
Scarborough. They're like. Yeah, they're all conservative. So, of course, I'm going to go. It's just the smartest thing to do.
Curious.
I probably lean more towards conservative, like, economically. I think that's probably where I would lean, even though I've voted liberal historically. I'm laying it all out there.
Yeah.
The other party doesn't even make much sense. But anyways, that's another discussion.
How the not... Oh, wait, you mean NDP? I
didn't say it, but
I thought you meant like the new PC one or whatever.
Oh,
the new like
no,
the People's Party of Canada or
not,
these
not,
fucking psychopaths.
Not that one. No, come on, man. They're not psychopaths. It's just another party, and it's fine. I think we should have definitely more parties. I think having 3 parties is ridiculous. I think the states having 2 parties is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is not democracy.
Well, it becomes such a us or them thing.
It's terrible. And look, people could hate on, this is like, Donald Trump, throw that out there. You can hate on him as much as you want to. He is just as polarizing as someone like the, Clintons and Bidens. Biden is not as provocative forward. They do it in a different manner. One makes you feel stupid and the other one's just fully abrasive. It's 2 different ways of the same. It's, you're flipping a coin. Which side do you want? Do you want the guy that's like saying stupid shit all the time? Or do you want the guy that's making you feel stupid if you don't get a vaccine? Like, they're both bad. Nothing's good. They're both divisive. They're both trying to say us versus them. So you're either on one side or the other.
Yeah. That whole thing has gotten
it's
crazy.
It's crazy. And it's the same. It's not exactly the same here, but it's very similar to this. It's becoming
far
very
too similar.
Right? Like, you're a conservative. You must be this, person from a farm. And, you're a liberal. What are you?
And then if you're anywhere in the middle, you're just hated by both sides.
And then, you're just kind of like, you're fake on this.
Is there 2 sides? It's a spectrum.
It's ridiculous. I think put me in one of those mayoral debates, and I think I wreck anybody.
All right.
Anybody.
How long is the mayoral term? 4 years?
I don't know.
2 years?
4 years, I think.
I don't know. Whatever.
Spiro, I would still win.
20.
I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do that job though. No, it seems like it's just terrible. Yeah, I respect the people running for it. I guess someone has to do it, right?
Most of them. Some of them. Clearly not.
Well, I respect the amount of responsibility they want to take. I mean, I don't know if I would want to do that.
Absolutely not.
Why? What's the benefit? Look at the last two mayors. Look at them.
You don't.
One smoked crack and one had an affair with his.
They haven't left very good legacies.
No, definitely not. We talked about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't need my name there.
Well then,
I don't want my name beside those guys.
Spiro for mayor it is.
Spiro 2026. 2027.
6, whenever. 27.